Grand Hall of the Galactic Council was a place where empires trembled and civilizations begged for mercy. 17 alien species sat in a perfect circle beneath a vast dome of shifting starlight. The air hummed with translator fields and nervous energy. Ambassador Vra of the Crimean rose slowly, his 4 eyes sweeping across the chamber. His species had ruled the outer rim for 3,000 years. He had never, not once, felt fear in this hall. Until today. The Vra Armada has crossed the neutral corridor, he announced, his voice tight. They are moving toward the inner systems. At their current speed, they will reach the contested belt in 42 galactic hours. Silence. The Vra were not an army. They were an extinction event. Every species in the chamber had lost colonies to them. Every ambassador carried the memory of a dead world. Elder Soreth of the Polonian Union pressed her 6 fingers together. Then we evacuate. We withdraw. We surrender the belt and pray they stop. They will not stop, Vra said quietly. They never stop. The silence grew heavier. Then, from the far end of the chamber, a junior communications officer, barely past his first mole, raised a trembling claw. Ambassador. There is one system the Vra have not targeted. Vra turned slowly. Which one? The young officer swallowed hard. Earth. Colonel James Harker was on his 3rd coffee when the alien signal came through. He was a broad-shouldered man with gray at his temples and eyes that had seen enough wars to stop flinching. He set his mug down carefully as Lieutenant Danny Reeves spun around in his chair. Pale. Sir, we're receiving a direct hail encrypted on the Galactic Band. It's the Galactic Council. Harker raised an eyebrow. Put it through. The holographic display flickered to life. Ambassador Vra appeared. Massive, 4-eyed, and visibly sweating something that was not quite sweat. Colonel Harker of the United States Armed Forces. The alien began. I come to you not as a superior, not as a ruler. I come to you as someone who is afraid. Harker leaned back slightly. I'm listening. The Vra Armada is moving. They consume everything in their path. Every fleet we assembled has failed. Every weapon we fired was absorbed. Vra's voice dropped lower. We are begging you, Colonel. On behalf of 17 civilizations, do not get involved. Stay hidden. Keep Earth dark. If the Vra discover your world, they will come for you next, and we cannot protect you. Harker was silent for a long moment. He glanced at Reeves. Reeves stared back. Then Harker smiled, slow and quiet. The kind of smile a man gives when someone accidentally says exactly the wrong thing. Ambassador, he said calmly. With all due respect, you just told a room full of Americans to stay out of a fight. Captain Michelle Cross stood at the viewport of humanity's flagship and watched the Vra Armada fill the stars like a storm front. Behind her, Admiral Tom Graves stood with his hands clasped behind his back. Beside him, Dr. Marcus Webb, physicist, weapons architect, and a man who had not slept in 4 days, continued typing rapidly at his console. Marcus, Cross said without turning. Tell me the pulse cannon is ready. It's ready, Webb replied. Mostly, 89% ready. And the other 11%? Optimism. Cross almost smiled. Good enough. The Vra flagship, a vessel the size of a small moon, rotated toward them. Scanning. Calculating. The Vra had never encountered a human warship before. They were curious in the way a predator is curious about something small that hasn't run. A desperate transmission broke through every channel. Ambassador Vra's voice echoed across the bridge. Captain Cross, please withdraw. You cannot win this. Leave Earth out of this war. We are begging you. Cross pressed the open channel. Ambassador, Earth was never out of this war. She looked at Graves. He nodded once. She looked at Webb. He gave a thumbs up with one hand, still typing with the other. She turned back to the viewport. All ships, weapons free. The Galactic Council chamber was utterly silent. 17 ambassadors stared at the same tactical display. The same sensor readings. The same impossible data. The Vra Armada, the force that had consumed 40 worlds, was retreating. Not regrouping. Not repositioning. Retreating. Elder Soreth spoke first, barely whispering. How? Vra did not blink. They used the pulse cannon to collapse the Vra command frequency. Every drone ship went dark simultaneously. He continued watching the screen. Then their fighters lured the capital vessels into the asteroid field and used the asteroids as weapons. Soreth slowly lowered herself into her seat. They turned a debris field into an artillery battery. In under 4 hours, Thel added quietly. With 11% of their primary weapon unfinished. Another long silence fell over the chamber. 17 species sat with the same thought pressing inside their minds. A thought none of them had ever considered before. What exactly had they been trying to protect Earth from? Thel pulled up the final transmission from Captain Cross, sent after the battle. He read it aloud. The Vraks are retreating toward the outer corridor. We are in pursuit. Do not send aid. We have this. Captain Michelle Cross, UES Relentless. The junior officer who had first mentioned Earth looked up with wide eyes. Sir, were we protecting them from the Vraks? Thel slowly turned from the display. No, he said quietly. I think we were protecting the Vraks from them. Please follow my channel for more videos. One click from you can change my life.